Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of Attack on Productions. Today I'm Bancroft and being joined by Fluff
Hey, what's up, everybody?
and Jimmy.
Hey, what's up?
So both these decks are actually been profiled on our channel currently. Fluff did his like a couple days, maybe sometime last week. I can't remember exactly what day it was.
Actually, I don't think I've profiled this one.
No, you
Yeah.
have not actually profiled this one.
Okay. Not this one's still under construction. So
So this is a fun Gotenks deck. It's a good blue, good yellow type stuff. And the Gotenks that Jimmy is running is the one we actually profiled back on Sunday. You know, that super quick video we did in a way of thanking you, all you wonderful subscribers that have helped us get to 1,000+ subscribers. So if you want to check that, I'm going to say bundle of joy. Please do so. It's
Yeah.
I think like 4 minutes.
Thank you for 1,000 subscribers. Thank you
So-
a lot.
Me and Jimmy have another video that we'll be doing once we get to a certain point as well, in the same theme, so look forward to that. Or so we're going to try to. Without going into any more details about that video, let's get into this video. So you guys decided to just kind of do a nice little mirror duel. So
yeah, it mirror leaders at least. The decks function pretty different. Like, this is to someone who's afraid of like the Dragon Ball, like everyone running the same deck. Like they should watch this video because the two decks operate completely.
I think that's a testament to the Gotenks leader and how good he is generically. I compare him to the old promo Broly leader from the Broly pack, the Awakened Threat.
Yeah,
Because he's very similar in skill, but also he's just so generically good. So my last turn, I charged a bean. I played the Babidi. I normally don't like doing that. I like charging yellow first, but I didn't have any yellow in my hand that I wanted to charge, so I just threw out bean.
and on my turn, kind of unfortunate. I believe I had all 4 Beerus in my hand.
I remember you telling me that. We actually got off on like a tangent at the beginning of this, which I hope Bancroft will one day release the audio, the raw audio of this.
Oh my god!
Bancroft's not in the call currently, but we're calling him out. So when he's editing this video later, he'll be forced to put it in.
I just had to run downstairs. What happened?
Don't worry about it.
Just listen to the raw audio of this.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Another thing, this is the first time I've ever charged green in the deck, and it kind of worked out for me. But normally I just like blue and yellow in the energy area. But due to the nature of this deck, that sometimes you just got to take what you can get.
Also, notice here, I missed the auto on the leader's effect. For some reason, like, my brain had been mushed because of the story that Jimmy was telling, and my head was anywhere but where we were this moment. So that's
the strategy.
Yeah.
That's the strategy. I turned your brain into mush, and then I just try to mill my way through.
And I think I catch it halfway through this turn, but at this point, I've already done stuff and paid stuff and made draws. But I'm like, crap! I forgot my leader's effect.
And I forgot mine later in the game too. I don't know why you didn't just go ahead and draw, because it's a friendly game, bro.
Right.
Should have went for it.
I should have, but misplays being what they are. So one thing that you'll kind of notice with both of these decks is they both get pretty fat hands. And there's a lot of cards in our hands too. But
is it that the same thing as fat hands?
Well,
am I missing something?
Yeah. But I had a lot of cards in my hand, but there was nothing to play. So it's like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to get a little bit of dig on. I usually on turn 2, I want to try to create some kind of pressure. I think I ended up getting rid of both of the Beerus at this point. And maybe that's a mistake on my end, but
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I believe a play later on in this match, if you had the Beerus in hand, it probably wouldn't have happened.
I would have probably beat you.
Probably, yeah.
Which actually, I think it'll be the next turn that I just make the audacious mistake on.
What are you guys hinting at already?
I don't know.
Yeah, something. I don't know. Something he plays a bear or a wolf or something, and then it like moves to his energy. I don't know.
Yeah. It gets really weird. Like open mouthed kisses with cinnamon rolls. Like I don't know what's happening, but
I don't know what you just said to me. But this was a really weird position for me with this deck, because normally on turn 2 I want to be really pushing with my apes, and I've never had an issue drawing into my apes. But for whatever this match, I did not see a single Raiders War Cry. I seen.
You didn't have your apes. I didn't have mine. Like
Yeah.
there was just. I mean, we both decks just performed like extremely suboptimally.
Which I actually think, like, after playing this match, I kind of want to go for like a somewhat more mid range with this deck, because I think it can go the distance as much as it can aggro out on turn 2 and 3.
Absolutely.
And I might retool this deck a little bit now after this match. Like this opened a whole nother like idea for me.
Yeah. Well, and the leader's got the flexibility to do that.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I wanted to get that Unison out there because you did open with saying, "Hey, I got 4 Beerus in hand." So I was like, okay, well, his hand's pretty trash. I don't want to. I don't want him having that draw. Right here, I did kind of misplay. Hey, there's Raiders War Cry. I wish I could grab it, or wish I did grab it, but I didn't. I ended up going with a different card. So I should have played Broly, then swung with my leader and Awaken, so I didn't have to waste that Hatchiyak out of my hand, comboing up to kill your Unison.
Yeah.
But it happens. My brain was already mush after another deck we played right before this. You do see me drop the Raiders War Cry. I lied. I did see a Raiders War Cry, but I just didn't grab it because I was like, oh, I have 4 of them in my deck. I'll eventually draw into it.
And see, at this point, I'm just kind of along for the ride. Like, there's not really a lot that I can do. All my energy's tapped.
Like, I got to look at your deck before we played this match, and like, I feel like the deck does kind of play like that, where you kind of just sit on it until you drop your big boys and you really deal some damage.
It's got a lot of pressure. It's got a lot of pressure too. It's just I didn't see any of that. Like I think at this point I've got 2 Gotenks in hand, but I can't find a Goten. I think you'll see I probably combo off a Trunks somewhere in this, or something ends up happening where I ended up getting rid of a Trunks. But like the problem here was I was struggling to find 2 cards. Like struggling to find a way to use 2 energy during this turn. Like there was just nothing in my hand to play. And I think when you kind of see me slow down a little bit here, like I swung into the leader, but then I didn't combo because I don't think I had maybe 2 cards in my hand that I could have comboed.
Yeah, that's another reason why I went after the Unison so hard. One, because I didn't have the hand to do what I wanted to do the next turn, but also I don't want you getting your pieces because I know you play the Gotenks. I know that you play the Fusion. I didn't want you getting your Fusion pieces, which I didn't know what was in your hand, but I was just playing it safe.
Yeah.
Normally, this deck is just attack face, attack face, attack face. Don't worry about the Unison. Don't worry about battle cards. Just kill the opponent's leader.
Gun the leader, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting here thinking, like, what's the card to do? Because at this point, like, I've got a Vegeta Final Flash in hand. I'm like, okay, I can swing, use that to boost, then Awaken. But I know that I'm not going to get any more draws this turn because I don't have the Unison. I don't have the Apes. So it's like, okay, what can I do to help generate a little bit of advantage, even if this turn isn't particularly spectacular?
many draw apes do you run in that deck?
3.
3, really?
But so after this, I looked at the bottom of the deck. It was like 2 draw apes, Raiders Warcry, the 3rd draw ape, and then the other 2 Raiders Warcry.
I think I actually had to bottom deck one of my apes due to AOD Assemble or AOD Strike Back, whatever it's called.
And you notice I didn't awaken there. I didn't continue any other place because I literally had no way outside of pushing my like wasting a super combo or something stupid like that.
So you Nimbus, I probably should have attacked with the battle card first, but I just wanted that draw. Yeah. I still got to swing with Turles, which gave me AOD Strike Back. And I did remember to tap your Basil due to my leader effect, which I forgot later on in the match, which probably won me the match when I got that draw off of you activating a extra card in that game or in that turn.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to get rid of that Basil because I didn't want to have to worry about getting dual attacked from it.
It wasn't.
I don't know if you would have. I mean, you can only attack one more time, so this pretty much is your turn.
So you activate. I'm sorry, go on.
I was saying, unless you're going to like pay for something super crazy.
Well, I mean, I did.
Ah.
Yeah. So I've been actually in a lot of debate with people over if I should run King Vegeta or any of the other yellow Unisons. But the reason I like King Vegeta is because his -4 just lets me. Basically, it's a March to the Great Apes. I get to search my deck and put 2 apes on the field. And right here, the only ape I get in my hand the entire game is a. I don't know the name of that card. That card. But it's basically just a 4 energy. Let me put more successor targets on field.
Yeah.
Or let me put a crit and a double strike on field. Some pressure. That's the reason I like the King Vegeta Unison, and also gives me a free attack pretty much because you can't really counter Unisons unless you release from evil or somehow way negate his skills. And another reason why I put that out there is because I really did not want the pressure from your leader. Right. In all honesty, or any of your battle cards that turn, because I did tap both of my yellow. I did have a Nimbus in hand, and I was just really, really banking on you going after the Unison and killing that instead of attacking my leader.
And I fell into the smoke and mirror, and honestly, I should have just let that Unison be. Like, no, I think this is it. This is what pretty much does me in, if I'm not mistaken.
Most pretty much.
I believe this is the turn. Yeah,
I think this is the turn. I'm looking because I don't want to give up a Gotenks. I almost charged a Gotenks there, and I was like, no, if I find a Goten, I want to be able to just spam those. I had a Vegeta's Final Flash in hand. I could have charged. I had a Release from Evil in hand that I could have charged, but I charged a Sensu Beam. So any of you who know Vegeta's Final Flash, all of your energy has to be some kind of yellow. I just turned that card off in my hand. So basically I've got a pay 15,000 card in my hand that no longer does what I need it to do. And I didn't catch that. Like in my head, I just didn't catch that because I'm so frustrated with not having pieces that I need. It's
and like, I didn't even think about that. Like I didn't even think about Vegeta's Final Flash being turned off when you put that out there. Or that probably would have changed my game plan a little bit because Final Flash is such a good card. Like it is an insanely powerful card.
I literally beat myself doing that. And just didn't realize it. Like I'm sitting on some kind of safety net based on that. And I'm just trying to find ways to use my energy so when I awaken, I can restand getting some kind of value out of my energy.
So you want to talk a little bit about that Bojack Aegis, because I have not seen a lot of lists outside of Bojack that really rock him. And,
yeah, I mean, so this deck really likes to be defensive. I mean, you've got the pay 2 on the apes. You've got the Vegeta's Final Flash, Release from Evil, Flying Nimbus. Aegis has been like kind of a joke skill amongst like our player group. Largely, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it has been.
Yeah.
But
I think all the decks that have access to Aegis just didn't need it. Like U6 didn't need it, Janemba didn't need it.
Right.
But I feel like Bojack really gains a lot from it. And you're not running this in a Bojack deck, but that really did, put in some work for you later in this game.
Yeah, it really does. Well, so being able to restand 2 energy plus the draw on top of it, it becomes a pressure target for your opponent. It becomes like, okay, do I get rid of that Bojack, or do you just let it go and let me gain advantage off of it? I mean, it's so valuable. I think I drop a super combo off of it just to get the energy restand later. Like, it is that valuable. And just because it turns on Raider's Warcry, and I'm not afraid to tap out on my turn because I know that I've got the Aegis going. Plus, I'm going to get the restand off the Abuni. Like, this deck can almost... It almost reminds me of, like, the way that old Super Saiyan 3 Goku used to run.
For sure.
My quick input. I know earlier you mentioned you got a little bit frazzled, right? Like,
yeah.
So, I do agree. After the second attack towards his Unison, I would have just gone straight into the Broly with your 20,000 and just chipped away cards. Because I don't know if you remembered his deck fully before this point, though, or not. Because you there when we did the profile on it. I don't know if you remembered it had Cell X or not in it.
I knew that it had Cell X, but in my head, I've got 2 Vegeta Final Flash in my hand.
That's true. Yeah.
And I've got a Release from Evil. See, I just drew another Vegeta Final Flash there. And it's like, holy crap, like, I'm safe if he drops Sinnoh Cell. Not even thinking that I turned it off when I charged that blue.
Gotcha.
So see, this right here, being able to, like, defensive or offensively go into ape, and then I've even with this deck done stupid stuff like comboed the ape off the field after activating Aegis just to survive. Like a big swing. And like, yeah, you don't get to replay that ape, but it's just something else that you can do if you have to wait until your defensive step.
It's almost like having Aegis on field is like just being able to awaken again. Like,
yeah. It's such an undervalued, and I think one of the big problems is a lot of the cards that offer Aegis are not easy to play, or, because I mean, the best Aegis cards, in my opinion, were the draft box 2 Destroyer Angel Rare, blue, yellow, I don't remember what universe it is, but you have to hard cast him for 2 or 3. And then the other is Janemba? No, there's a Kefla that has Aegis on her.
Kefla, yeah.
And I don't think she's the most smooth thing to play.
Oh, no, not at all. Like that deck wants to be aggro. It doesn't want to be dropping and setting on defensive cards.
No.
But that last turn, me and you have gone into it over that 4-drop Bojack Arrival. I absolutely love that card, and honestly, I think that card, helped me survive that turn by being able to Zamasu tap down Obunny and then Bojack to tap down your last token. Like that, Obunny put so much pressure, and I was able to just use 2 cards and 1 energy to,
You basically turned off the rest of Obunny. Like, you rest mode a token. I swung with 1 token, and I think you rest mode Obunny plus the other 2 tokens.
Quick question on your apes. You play, if correct, I know you play Warcry and the Crit, which are both cards that come out to play for free if you combo them, right?
Yep.
So like I noticed like he charged a black, and I'm like, this man over here has like 4 different colors in his energy, but I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter.
So the only things that really cost any specified color is Bean, the 4-drop Broly. You don't ever pay energy cost for Full Moon because if you have an Ape on field, it's free. Nimbus. There's not a lot in the deck that requires a specified cost because Bobbity just turns off specified cost.
For AOD, for sure.
Yeah. I do, after playing this match, I do want to try to fit O'Bunny into my list. So I will need to charge more blue, but outside of that, you can just charge pretty much anything you want. And it doesn't really matter as long as you're able to manage your energy well.
I think one thing that you showed me in this profile as well, and you just kind of mentioned it, was the 4-drop Bojack, how valuable it was. I think I'm running it at a 2 of in the current list. And I may want to go up on that because it is just 1 yellow to bring out. There's almost no resource investment to get that free tap down. It's almost like having a secondary, another set of the sacred. Or
that mill is sometimes really good. You can hit, if you hit like a secret rare or a super combo or just something valuable, like that mill is like no joke. Like you can. That could be really good for you, unless you're playing against a Vegeta and they get to play a free card.
Right.
But
right.
So I don't know what we were doing here. I don't remember.
I thought it froze for a second. I was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, it looked like it froze. I don't know what
so you swung to lead, and I guess you guys were debating about attacking. I don't know.
It wouldn't have been negating.
Yeah.
I think you actually might have been walking in Bancroft.
No, you said you were going to swing into a token.
Oh yeah.
And then you were like, no, never mind. I'll swing into lead.
But I think I went back to the token. I think I was debating on lead or token.
Yep.
I think that's. I think I ultimately chose token because I didn't want you getting cards in hand from your life.
Now I know that you can only attack with 1 more battle card here, so I give up my super combo to activate Aegis here, just to try to survive because I'm expecting Cell-X to come. Because I saw him drop the Basil, so he's easily got the 12 at this point.
And if I'm correct, the crit 8 that's supposed to be played is energy cost of 4, from what I can tell.
It is.
I know our video is a little bit grainy today for some reason. I think the lighting wasn't 100% perfect since the glares for some reason in the corners.
Yeah, you did go into the token, so So it's like I was like, I've got a grip of cards in my hand, and there are 3 cards that will turn off Cell Zeno here. So I literally on swing, like I should have. So here, if he didn't hit the release from evil, I was going to counterattack. But he hit a release from evil, a Gotenks, and a Vegeta Final Flash, but I still have a Final Flash in hand. So,
that's also the first time I ever got to rip cards with Cell-X, because usually I'm playing them on turn 3.
Yeah. I've done it a few times in Universe 11, and like usually that's how you get your win, is by getting that auto off.
Oh, it's so nasty pulling that out turn 3. So nasty.
Hitting that release from evil, so
yeah.
Is release from evil also dedicated to all yellow energy, or just
okay?
Oh. So right here, I'm really debating on if I want to go all in with my hand, because I thought I had game. You had 2 energy open, but I think you only had 3 cards left in hand. If I'm right,
I have 4.
4, yeah. And again, it escaped me that he has blue in his energy, can't use Final Flash. But then you drop Final Flash, I'm like, hell, okay, good game, I lost, and
and then you're like, because like we move on, like going, and then you're like, wait.
Where's the moment? Because you guys had, right there.
Yeah.
You picked it up.
Yeah. So, like, you know, I've been using Final Flash forever, and I've never run into that position where I've had just a mono blue charge to my energy. So it's not something that I've ever had to think about. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Gotenks.
Yeah. I didn't see a single Goten. Like, this is my hand. Like, I had nothing to generate any kind of offense with.
And I think you only played 3 Gotenks in this deck.
Yeah. Yeah. Only played 3. And then kind of looking at this, like I said, all of my offense and utility is clumped at the bottom. Like, I had all the stuff to survive there, but I didn't have anything to mount any kind of comeback.
If you happen to have kept one of those Beerus's, you would have potentially had 4 yellows here. So next year you had 5 energy. You could have brought out your Unison and brought out Gotenks.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it happens.
Yep. Lesson learned.
So, thank you once again for all tuning in. Thanks, Jimmy, for joining us for the commentary, and thanks for the duel as well.
Thank you.
If you want to check this profile, like I said, it is our super quick one we dropped on Sunday. That's all I'm going to say about that video. Fluff's video, whenever he gets to the point where it's fine-tuned, where he likes it, we will go from there. I know you guys tweaked a little bit after this duel and kind of I think you dropped Final Flash down to 2 instead of 3.
Yeah, Final Flash went down to 3. A couple other cards went up. We included another card that I didn't have. And I do want to mess with the anniversary box crit apes, but probably not in this build because there's so many non-Saiyan cards.
So that's something I wanted to mention real quick. You really got to focus on when you play that ape, because if you just go willy-nilly throwing that out there, like, you could really lock yourself out of winning a game because you just can't play battle cards.
And just to clarify, the reason why Cell-X came down is because for Successor, the card's not played yet. You remove the card from the field, and then the card is technically played, so it's not on the field when Cell comes out, so there's nothing there to stop it from going out.
Yep.
Because I know there was a huge ruling on that beforehand about that card and stuff like that. So, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hit that like, subscribe button if you haven't already. Put down in the comments down below anything you want to see us build or potentially play off. We have a lot of stuff we're starting to bring back. We're starting to do a lot of the stuff that was kind of asked for. And we got a lot of decks and a lot of stuff coming up pretty soon too. So look forward to all those and some new fun stuff that it's currently in the works as well. Yep. I think that's it. Jimmy, is there anything you want to say before you get off?
Be sure to include that raw audio in this video.
At least a little bit, maybe at the tail end here, or it's crazy.
It's content.
I'll leave it up to the editor and see what happens. All right.
You're the editor.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Fluff, you want to lead us out?
As always, read your cards, Fluff. Know your plays, Fluff. Fluff out.